The Feather Pillow, a moral story about words and their power. In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills and singing birds, there lived a young girl named Lena. She was bright, cheerful, and had a way with words. People often said she had a silver tongue. She could make anyone laugh, tell the most exciting stories, and charm her way out of any situation. But Lena had one big flaw. She often used her words carelessly. Whenever she got upset or jealous, she gossiped. If someone made a mistake, Lena would tell everyone. Sometimes she made fun of others just to entertain her friends, not realizing how much it hurt the ones she spoke about. People began to fear her words. Some avoided her. Others stayed quiet around her, afraid she'd turn their mistakes into stories. One day, Lena spread a rumor about a classmate named Rena. She said Rena had stolen pencils from the teacher's desk. It wasn't true. Rena had just borrowed them with permission, but by the time the truth came out, the damage was done. Rena cried for days. No one talked to her, and even the teachers looked at her differently. Lena hadn't meant to hurt anyone. She thought it was just a joke. But now it didn't feel funny at all. The school counselor, Miss Tara, called Lena in for a talk. "I heard what happened with Rena," Miss Tara said gently. "How do you feel about it?" Lena looked down. "I didn't mean to make her cry. It was just a silly story." "I didn't think it would go that far," Miss Tara nodded. "That's the thing about words. They travel faster and farther than we expect. I want to show you something." She handed Lena a soft, plump pillow filled with feathers. "I want you to take this pillow," Miss Tara said. "Go to the top of the hill behind the school and cut it open. Shake it out so all the feathers fly into the wind, then come back." Lena thought it was a strange request, but she did what she was told. She walked up the hill, stood where the breeze was strongest, and opened the pillow. Hundreds of tiny white feathers burst into the air, floating, spinning, and dancing on the wind. They drifted across rooftops, through tree branches, and into the blue sky. It was beautiful to watch. Smiling, Lena walked back down and returned to Miss Tara. "I did it," she said proudly. "The feathers are all gone." "Good," said Miss Tara. "Now go and collect every single one of them." Lena laughed. "That's impossible. They're scattered everywhere. Some are probably in the forest by now." Miss Tara looked at her kindly and said, "Exactly. That's what happens when we speak carelessly. Once our words leave our mouths, we can't take them back. Even if we say sorry, the damage can spread far and wide, just like those feathers." Lena stood still, the truth hitting her like a sudden gust of wind. Miss Tara continued, "You're not a bad person, Lena. You just didn't realize how powerful your words are. But now you do. You can't gather all the feathers, but you can choose to speak more carefully from now on. Every word we say leaves a mark, good or bad." Lena's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't mean to hurt Rena, I really didn't." "I know," Miss Tara said softly, "but your intention doesn't erase her pain. That's why we must always think before we speak." The next day, Lena asked Rena if they could talk. With a trembling voice, she said, "I'm really sorry. What I said about you wasn't true. I was wrong and I hurt you. I understand that now." Rena didn't say anything at first, but then she nodded. "That really hurt, Lena. I lost my friends. People looked at me like I was a thief." "I know," Lena said, her voice quiet. "And I'll do whatever I can to make it right." Lena started by telling the truth to everyone she had gossiped to. She explained what really happened. Then she began speaking up when others started spreading rumors or teasing someone. She'd say, "That's not kind," or "Let's not talk behind someone's back." At first, people were surprised, but slowly they started respecting her. Over time, Lena's words became a source of comfort and encouragement. If someone was feeling down, she'd find something good to say. If someone made a mistake, she offered support instead of shame. Rena forgave her, and the two even became friends. Miss Tara smiled when she saw the change in Lena. "See," she said one day, "words can hurt, but they can also heal. You've used both. Now you know the difference." From then on, Lena remembered the feather pillow every time she opened her mouth. She knew that once her words were out in the world, she couldn't gather them back. So she chose to use them wisely, to lift people up, not tear them down. A morale: words once spoken cannot be taken back. They can either heal or harm. So always speak with kindness and think before you speak. A gentle tongue is more powerful than a sharp one.